Hello there, RGL TV Restream team. This is Ant. I'm going to be going over the fundamentals of restreaming for the Retrothon 2019 marathon, as well as probably all future marathons here on RGL TV. So, quick shout outs to all of you for helping us out during our biggest marathon of the year, and shout outs to Kavik for helping to make this extremely easy for all of us. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. You have OBS open. I recommend creating a profile and a scene collection just for Retrothon. Makes it a lot easier and avoids any kind of anomalies from popping up or CPU issues from slowing you down. Once those are set, please go to your settings and first make sure your stream output is set for a custom service. You're going to use the RTMP server, and the stream key for the marathon is going to be RGLTV. That's going to be your marathon stream key. Next, go to your video output and make sure that both the canvas and scaled resolution are set for 1920 by 1080p. FPS can be set to 30, that should be fine. Audio, make sure you have your audio settings set up. You're going to want to have the desktop audio device enabled, or however you normally capture desktop audio. Make sure your mic is also set up, though you may not use it during your restream shift. We may need you to make an announcement or something to the audience, so just have it enabled but muted in both OBS and have the actual mic muted as well. It's good to double mute. Output video bitrate should be about 2500, should be enough, and that should be it. So once you have that done, you're going to go ahead and create scenes. I recommend creating a solo scene, a second solo scene, and a race scene. You're also going to have a scene for splashes, and we're going to go over what all those are and what we need them all for in just a moment. But first, let's focus on the solo. Now, Kavik has made this extremely easy for us. We're going to go ahead and create a browser source. So you're going to go to browser here. I'm going to create a new one so that we can go through everything step by step. So this is going to be our first game that we're going to go through. And you're going to copy the URL. Now, we have a list of every single game with a URL that we're going to provide to all of you. So you could just go through there and find out which games that you're doing either ahead of time or during your shift. I would do the first one ahead of time so you're ready to roll, but you could do the rest during your shift or ahead of time if you prefer. Next, you're going to change the width to match the canvas, so it's going to be 1920 by 1080p. Leave everything else as default. And then just hit OK. Boom. You have the game filled out, the system filled out, the runner filled out, and the estimate filled out. Layout filled out. Everything done for you. The only thing you have to do as the restreamer is capture the video source and the timer. And we're going to show you how to do that now. So as you can see here, we have a tool called the RGLTV RTMP launcher. This is an incredibly easy way for you to open up the streams on the RTMP, which is a server that we have set up for our marathons. When you have this open, and it's available in the resources tab on the RGLTV Discord server, you're going to make sure that everything is set here to whatever your runner has. So for example, if I was doing the first race, or the first stream with Vani here, the key would be Vani Van. Since I'm not capturing Vani right now, I'm just going to put in RGLTV, and I'm going to launch that. I would start it muted, and I'll explain why in just a moment. So I'm going to launch that. Takes a moment for it to load up. You can see that popped up on the screen there. When you do have the launcher open, as you can see here, just use your mouse wheel to increase the volume or decrease the volume. You can also use 90 or / and star to increase and decrease the volume. Control R will refresh the stream if needed. So when you are capturing that, you're going to go back to OBS. Make sure I have everything showing. You're going to go back to OBS and you're going to do a game capture. You can do other captures if you have the 3D scaling enabled or using Direct 3D, but it can cause lag and CPU issues. So for the sake of making everyone's life easier, just use game capture. So we're going to call this Solo Runner 1. Now, the mode, you want to make sure it is capturing specific window. The window is going to be the launcher that you had, which is right here. It's going to say mpv.exe. It's going to say the key that you used launched via RGLTV stream launcher. You're going to uncheck capture cursor, and you're going to do window title must match. So again, the mode, capture specific window. The window will be the mpv.exe, RGLTV, or whatever key you have, launched via RGLTV stream launcher. Window match priority, window title must match. And we'll go over why in a little bit later. Okay, so now you have that put up. You're just going to hold down Alt and crop it down. I would recommend putting it below the layout for the game feed, just so there's no cropping issues or things going over the layout. And that's all there is for that. We do need to capture the timer though, and we can't have two instances of the game capture without it causing lag or freezing the output. So instead of doing a second capture, we're just going to copy and we're going to paste a reference. And that's going to create another window. I would lock the first one to make sure you don't accidentally move it, but you're going to have that second one up. And again, just hold down the Alt key and crop it down to that timer. Just like so. You want to make sure it fits in there. Now, we're going to try to make sure everyone has a white background for their timer, but as most of you will know, anyone who's done restreaming before, there's always an issue. So, what I would do is just be prepared to set up filters for this. Filters for this. There we go. So you're going to go down here and you're going to do a color correction or chroma key. Select the color, pick screen color, capture the black. And then you're going to just mess with the... Oh, is it color key or color... I think it's color key. My apologies. Chroma key. Always mix up the two. Yep, this is what we want. So go to key color type custom, select the color, pick screen color, grab that black, and you're going to want to change the similarity until just the timer shows up. Might be a little rough here because it's black in the background. Again, we're going to try to ask everyone to set their stuff to make sure that there's just white backgrounds or something that we can color key out easily. Can't do it really with black, but you get the basic idea. So that's it for a solo run. That's all you have to do. You capture the video, you capture the timer, and that's it. I recommend using studio mode. That way, when this run is going, you can work on your other scenes to prepare for the next run or for the splash screen. So for the splashes, we're just going to add a quick image. Let me show you that. I closed it out so that I can, because I'm going to be opening a folder. But you're going to just do an image to capture, just like you would for any splash screen. Bear with me a moment while I get that pulled up. Retrothon 2019 splash. And this is just going to be for in between your runs. If you know how to do this, you could probably skip forward in the stream here. But for those of you who are brand new to restreaming, this will be helpful for you. Bear with me just a moment while I get that pulled up. Enjoy the sweet sounds of Mass Effect. Okay. So this is going to be just a temporary splash. We're going to have a little bit of a change to this, but just to give you guys an idea of what to do. You're going to go down here and put a deprecated text-free type 2. Name this to Runner. You're going to select the font of GF Tecmo, set 1, size 32. You're going to type in, be sure to follow runner name. Make sure you do an outline and drop shadow so that it looks reasonable. Otherwise it just kind of sits there flat. And then I would just go ahead and make a copy and paste a duplicate. Don't paste a reference, because if you change the reference, it's going to change both of them. So paste a duplicate. Lock the first one. Drag this one down here. And in here, just type in up next game name with runner name. And you may need to adjust it depending on the length of everything. You could come in here and just hit return and line it up nice and neat. Whatever suits your fancy. Just make sure it's centered and it looks nice. And that's in OBS. Once this runner is done, just switch over and play some nice background music. Whatever you decide on is fine. If you want to do something from the block that you're in charge of, that works. If you want to just do some regular retro game music or remixes, that's fine too. Next up, let's talk about races. Same situation as we had with the solo runs. You're going to create a scene and it's going to be a browser. We already have that here, so I'm just going to replace the key. URL here, again, 1920 by 1080p, and that's going to be your layout. Everything is preloaded for you. The only thing you have to worry about is capturing the runner's game feed and their individual timers. Everything else is completed. So just like before, you're going to open up the RTMP launcher here. This time, instead of RGL, you're going to put whatever, well, either way, you're going to put in whatever the runner's name was. So, for example, you would put Bald Nate and launch. You would put Cheese Viking Games and launch. You would put Lat Mackie and launch, etc. You want each one to be started muted because we only want to capture audio from one of the runners. And again, using the mouse wheel or Control R, or mouse wheel or those numbers there will show you how to get everything volume controlled. Sorry, I have a message coming through on a different computer. Just like before, you're going to capture the game feed. We have it already preloaded here. You're going to just go, same thing, mode, capture specific window, mpv.exe, streamer key, launch via RGLTV stream launcher, window title must match, no cursor. And then it just loads up like that. Again, you'll have to change the filter on the timer, and you'll have to crop it to fit properly, but you guys should know how to do that because you're all amazing streamers who have decent setups on your own streams. But that's it. You just capture the games and timer. We may have runs put in additionally. If that comes up, we'll get you set up for success. Don't worry about that too much. But yeah, this is pretty basic and straightforward and as easy as it can be. And huge shout outs to Kavik for that. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me directly or tag any RGL TV admin. If you have any other questions or you notice any kind of anomalies in the way the text is laid out on your layout, please reach out to Kavik immediately so that he can get that fixed. Believe that's everything. If you guys have any questions, again, reach out to me. And thank you very much for your help and support during Retrothon 2019.